OSHA Health and Safety Certification Exam Test Bank New. Latest version updated 2023 to 2024 W. With all questions and answers. Which elements and health hazards are involved with welding? Correct answer: zinc, cadmium, beryllium, iron. What precautions must be followed when employees are working with construction? Loads and concrete structures? Correct answer: no construction loads are permitted to be placed on a concrete structure or portion of a concrete structure. What equipment should masonry machinery like pumping systems, buckets, and storage bins have to ensure safe operation? Correct answer should be equipped with conical or tapered bottoms and mechanical or pneumatic means of starting material flow. Which health hazards are associated with ultraviolet radiation? Correct answer: skin exposure to UV can result in severe burns. What are the dangers of infrared radiation? Correct answer: heat the skin, surface, and the tissues. Ground fault circuit interrupter. Correct answer: this device monitors the difference in current flowing into the hot and out of the grounded neutral conductors. National Electric Code. Correct answer: this code is a set of standards sponsored by the National Fire Protection Agency for electricians to learn about. Minimum electrical safety standards. Assured Equipment Grounding Conductor Program. Correct answer: this covers all cord sets and receptacles that are not part of permanent wiring. Inspection/test of equipment and cables. What are the four main areas of Subpart K of the OSHA standards? Correct answer: installation safety requirements, work practices, maintenance, and environmental. Special equipment. 1/4. What should be taken into consideration to determine whether or not electrical equipment is safe? Correct answer: mechanical strength and durability. Electrical insulation. Heating effects under conditions of use. Arcing effects. Classification by type, size, voltage, current capacity. How much space should be left for electrical equipment to be operated and maintained safely? Correct answer: a minimum headroom of 6 feet 3 inches. Which receptacle outlets must have approved ground fault circuit interrupters for personnel protection? Correct answer: all 120-volt single phase 15 and 20 ampere receptacle outlets. What are the requirements for outlet devices on branch circuits? Correct answer: must have an ampere rating greater than or equal to the load being served. Which systems that supply premises wiring must be grounded? Correct answer: 3. Wired DC systems. 2. Wired DC systems. AC circuits less than 50 volts. AC systems 50 volts to 1000 volts. How must an entire crane or hoist be grounded in accordance with 1926.404 F? Correct answer: metallically joined together into a continuous electrical conductor. How can communication circuits be situated to prevent accidental contact with light or power conductors? Correct answer: with an approved protector. When and how must employees be protected against electric shock from electric power circuit? Correct answer: no employer shall permit an employee to work in such proximity to any part of an electric power circuit. De-energizing the circuit. How can employers ensure that workspace for electrical equipment will not be used as a passageway during periods when energized parts of electrical equipment are exposed? Correct answer: barriers or other means of guarding shall be provided. Where should conductors or equipment not be located? Correct answer: in damp or wet locations. Where exposed to gases, fumes, vapors, liquids. 2/4. Where exposed to excessive temperatures. Outrigger beams. Correct answer: the beams used for extending the base width in order to gain more stability and support. PFAS. Correct answer: personal fall arrest system. Platform. Correct answer: the working surface that is elevated by the scaffolding. When must employees be protected from falling to lower levels? Correct answer: each employee on a scaffold more than 10 feet. Which equipment protects workers from falling off scaffolds? Correct answer. Personal fall arrest systems. What are the safe practices for using extensible and articulating boom platforms? Correct answer. Lift controls shall be tested each day prior to use to determine that such controls are in safe working condition. Employees shall always stand firmly on the floor of the basket and shall not sit or climb on the edge of the basket or use planks, ladders. What equipment must be used when working from an aerial lift? Correct answer. A body belt shall be worn and a lanyard attached to the boom or basket. What requirements must employers meet when implementing scaffold training? Correct answer. Trained by a competent person to recognize any hazards associated with the work in question. Body belt, safety belt. Correct answer. A strap with means both for securing it about the waist and for attaching it to a lanyard, lifeline, or deceleration devices. Body harness. Correct answer. Straps which may be secured about the employee in a manner that will distribute the fall arrest forces over at least the thighs, pelvis, waist, chest, and shoulders. Connector. Correct answer. A carabiner, or it may be an integral component of part of the system, such as a buckle or ring sewn into a body belt or body harness, or a snap, hook spliced or sewn to a lanyard. Deceleration device. Correct answer. A rope grab, rip, stitch lanyard, specifically woven. Lanyard. Tearing or deforming lanyards, automatic self, retracting lifelines / lanyards, etc. Limit the energy imposed on an employee during fall arrest. 3/4. Low slope roof. Correct answer. A roof having a slope less than or equal to 4 in 12, vertical to horizontal. Personal fall arrest system. Correct answer. Consists of an anchorage, connectors, a body belt or body harness, and may include a lanyard. Deceleration device, lifeline. Positioning device system. Correct answer. A body belt or body harness. System rigged to allow an employee to be supported on an elevated vertical surface, such as a wall, and work with both hands free while leaning. Unprotected sides and edges. Correct answer. A walking, working surface, e.g., floor, ramp, or runway where there is no wall or guardrail. System at least 39 inches, 1.0 high. Warning line system. Correct answer. A barrier erected on a roof to warn employees that they are approaching an unprotected side or edge. What safety equipment is necessary when employees are working on or near unprotected sides, leading edges, hoist areas, holes, and walkways? Correct answer. Guardrail systems or personal fall arrest systems. How can employees be protected when working at the edge of an excavation 6 feet or more in depth? Correct answer. Guardrail systems, fences, or barricades. When the excavations. How must employees be protected when working on roofs? Correct answer. Guardrail systems, safety net systems, personal fall arrest systems, or a combination. ANSI. Correct answer. American National Standards Institute. Authorized person. Correct answer. A person approved or assigned by the employer to perform a specific type of duty or duties. NIOSH. Correct answer. National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health. What is the purpose of OSHA? Correct answer. To reduce workplace hazards. Powered by TCPDF, www.tcpdf.org/4.